Welcome back, everybody, to episode 51 of Talk to Your Podcast. My name is Charles Poppy.
Nick Hogan here.
What do you do? Well, the chosen one. We got the chosen one.
Yes, sir. Want to get right into it?
I'm ready to jump right in, man. We got a lot of topics this week, man. Like,
let's get right into it.
I say it every week, you know? Some weeks it was a struggle, but let's get right into it.
All right, Doja Cat. Doja Cat hit Twitter, says that she is releasing a full-length rap album. Now, when I saw this tweet, I was like, I don't think anybody was questioning Doja Cat's level of mid. At least I wasn't. Doja Cat is the biggest pop star of the entire last year. I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Literally, she's at the top of her game.
And so it made me think a little bit. I said, what the fuck would make her, what would incite her to want to have to prove herself to anybody?
I think we know what it is. I mean,
I thought a little bit.
We're seeing Nicki clamor on to it too.
I thought a bit. Yeah, there's Nicki, there's Meg. You know, there's some people out there that might be trying to aim for a spot. But I thought about it a little bit, and I said, "Oh shit!" Carrot Top Ice Spice coming for the throne. Doja Cat is coming to take to take Ice Spice off the throne. That's what it is.
She's the it girl right now. I think like last year, and she's not in rap, but like I think it's a mix.
Ice Spice is not in rap.
No. I'm talking about the person I'm about to talk about. I'm talking about Chloe Bailey. She's R&B. But I definitely think there's a mix of like being the it girl and being the top of the female rapper game. That it's like it's kind of commingled. But I felt like last year the it girl was Chloe Bailey. The it girl and the it rapper.
So?
No, it was in 21. Was it 21? I think it was 21.
Okay.
21. It was Chloe Bailey when she really came out and rebranded.
Okay.
I don't know about last year.
Last year was easily Doja Cat. Easily Doja Cat.
Okay.
Biggest pop star of the year. I mean, I think she even got a best new artist.
Yeah, she did. But I think this year it's Doja. It's Ice Spice on both being the it girl and the top female rapper.
By far.
There's no question. She has like a social media. She's like social media Jesus right now. She's like, I'm for real.
That's
like,
funny.
For real.
So
for real.
There's no coincidence that all of a sudden you see Ice Spice raising to the top of the rap game. Female rap, male rap, whatever you want to say, she's at the top of the rap game right now. Now, I'm not saying because I know people are going to try to antiquate. I'm not saying, or aggregate, I'm not saying that Doja Cat is the best, has the best bars in rap. I'm not saying that. Please do not aggregate. What I'm saying is Ice Spice is at the top of popularity in rap.
Yes.
And she even says she's claiming that people are coming for her lane. She said all of a sudden recently, and she probably subtweeting Doja Cat when she says this, that all of a sudden everybody sees Ice Spice race to the top and niggas is coming in her lane. So there's no coincidence that Doja Cat feels a threat from Ice Spice. That's what I'm saying.
But like, I feel like Doja Cat, like Ice Spice is in the rap lane, right? She's like in the rap, like socialite, kind of like that kind of lane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Doja Cat's very much in that more poppy R&B with a little bit of rap.
No more pop.
But she Doja Cat. When was Doja Cat ever? When you think Doja Cat, do you think female rapper?
She raps.
Do you think pop R&B star who raps? I've heard her rap. I've heard her rap on some of her songs. One of the songs I haven't listened to in a long time on one of her Planet Her album.
Right.
She had some cuts. She had some bars. Like,
Grammy nominated album.
That's what I'm saying. Like but I just think it's weird. Like now all of a sudden you want to go hard on it. Like.
It's because she's trying to take
Ice Spice getting on your ass, but like
she's trying to get Ice Spice the fuck out of here.
I don't understand. Like they're in different world. Like they're kind of in the same world, but like Doja Cat makes different kind of music than Ice Spice. Ice Spice is in a different kind of lane. Like that's what I'm saying. Like why do you need to cross into your lane and you already at the top of what you're doing?
See, and that's why we were going to get to the conversation about attention grabbing, because when it comes to any type of game, bro, especially this rap game, especially this music business game, you got to make sure the shine is on you. You got to make sure you're in the limelight. And so you got Ice Spice coming around, stealing your shine. I was the biggest pop star last year, and now Ice Spice is taking all of my shine. She got all the attention. All eyes are on her. She the finest one out right now. You Meg Thee Stallion's out of the picture. Nicki trying to come back into the fold. It's not going to happen, though. I mean, even though she tried to do the remix with Ice Spice that just came out this year, or this week, I mean. And even that, bro. Think about that. Doja Cat hops on a SZA remix, rapping. It was a rap verse. At the same time, in the same exact weekend, that Ice Spice comes up with Nicki Minaj. Okay, no, everybody look, I got the Nicki Minaj cosign. I'm telling you, bro. I know I'm not crazy.
Came back? Guess who else we haven't talked about yet?
Who else?
Came back like a week ago.
Who else? Oh, back. Frank?
Meg Thee Stallion returned into the game. Right?
Oh yeah, but we talked about. We've been knowing about that.
That's what I said. That's what I said. We talked about it last a week or two ago. We talked about. So I'm saying. So you see all these people coming back. You think Ice Spice is? But that's the thing. We're gonna get a lot of good music. If people are feeling like, oh, we gotta get after her. People getting hungry.
And it's funny because at the same exact time that Doja Cat is saying that she got a rap album coming, what do you think that Ice Spice has coming? A rap album.
Oh, yeah.
To be released around the same exact time. No, they're the ones that are competing.
You know what? Honestly, I think if Doja and Ice Spice are smart, they should do the Kanye 50 Cent thing with this whole thing.
Get a little beef going?
Get a little...
Do female rappers have beef?
Well, we know Nicki does the Drake thing. We already know Nicki does the whole Drake thing, but in like her way.
What do you mean?
So like she'll be cool with a female artist and then start dogging them later. They'll do a song.
But is it beef though? Is she sending subliminal messages? Like are they doing like the Drake Meek Mill? Like I'm gonna give a diss verse out?
Yeah, it's like the Drake Meek Mill, but then Nicki would be straight up like where Cardi, like when her and Cardi got in a beef, like they made a song together. Then they got in that big ass beef. Then they got in that fight that the security guard stopped. Like
I don't remember that. That happened?
Yeah. She like threw a shoe at her. That was years ago.
What?
That was like 2017, 2018, right?
Dude, I do not remember that. I do not remember that.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, you get to a point where I feel like, you know, she's like the 30-some-year-old artists who were popping in the 2010s, like Drake and Nicki Minaj. They're not gone. I mean, they're gone.
They're gone,
but
bro.
they're like vampires. What I mean by that is like they're still leeching off those younger artists, and if they can really drain them, like Drake does that very well.
Yeah, but people are also talking about the conversation about is Drake washed up?
All the clout out of him. He is washed up. I think Drake's washed up now.
And so that's what I'm saying. These 30-year-old rappers, they out of the game. They out.
But he's extending his life in the game by like draining these younger artists. He'll do. You
think that's what Nicki's trying to do by getting with Ice Spice, signing
her
to the label? Of course,
Nicki always makes a single with the new It Girl. You can just see a track record of it.
That's interesting. I mean, that's a good take.
When do you not see her making every time there's a new It Girl, they get a song together, quick, like relatively near. I'm pretty sure she did one with Meg, but I could be wrong. But let's see.
I don't remember she had one with Meg. I know Cardi and Meg did one.
Cardi and Meg did one.
Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice.
Hot Girl Summer.
Oh, was she on a remix? I really don't remember.
It might have been a remix, but I looked it up right now.
I really don't remember.
No, it says the official video with 130 million views.
Damn.
Nicki Minaj. Hey, am I uncovering a conspiracy? I don't think I am because I've seen people on Twitter talk about this very thing.
I'm not
uncovering a conspiracy, but like, dude, you notice this? Like, I'm telling you, and it hasn't gotten a name. Yeah. It's like some kind of vampire effect. It's like the old head vampiricism.
Getting that young blood.
Washed up vampiricism, where a washed up artist just starts making all this music with the new It Girl or the new poppin' male rapper or the new poppin' female rapper. And then for some reason, because you see this with Drake, like what's his Lil Baby?
Yeah.
He's still around. Like that was a success story where Drake did the leeching thing and Lil Baby still stepped into his own. But I can't even think of some examples because these dudes are gone.
Yeah.
Well, Drake has made a lot of singles with people who are just gone. They got the hit sing with Drake. They made an album. And then there was this one guy.
Hit on Kendrick early? That was years ago, but hit on Kendrick early, hit on J. Cole early.
He got on J. Cole early. Hello, and he was doing this when he was doing this when he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
Because he was probably like, he knows the rappers are not, because he's smart though.
Keep your enemies close.
Exactly. Rappers, shelf life of a rapper is like a year or two. DaBaby is done. Have we heard about from DaBaby?
No.
DaBaby was at the top. That's the crazy thing about rappers is rappers are almost like meme stocks in crypto. They just shoot up and they're gone as fast as they come. They just gone.
Yup.
Never heard of again.
Now you know who talked about. That's a great transition right there. I'm about to murk this shit. You know who was here for a minute and gone like that? Frank Ocean. Now, Frank Ocean
is different. Frank Ocean has like the Kendrick effect with his delays and his disappearances.
Let's get to it. Because Frank Ocean is performing at Coachella, I believe tomorrow. We're recording on a Saturday, I believe. But when this comes out, it'll be today. So people are really predicting that all of a sudden, because Frank Ocean has come out and he's back in the limelight, performing, headlining at Coachella, that all of a sudden that means new music is on the way. And I'm here to tell y'all, I'm sorry for the fans of Frank Ocean, the diehards, the day ones. But Frank Ocean is not releasing any new music for y'all. At least it's not going to be a new album.
Not this weekend.
It's not going to be a new album.
How you disappear for 5 years and be like, fuck it, I'm going to Coachella and performing songs that are years and years and years old. No. Frank Ocean, I promise you, is doing a new single at Coachella. I put $5 on it. I'll send you $5. I'll send you $5 of some Bitcoin or something.
I'll take that. I'll take that bet.
I'm serious. I actually will send you $5.
I'll take that bet. Let's shake on it virtually. We'll shake on it.
Actually shake on it virtually, and I will send it to your. I will send it to your cold wallet. I promise you. Just send me the address,
bro. Look. But think about it though, because the reason why I think that he's not going to release nothing, he might come up with a single. Okay, I might lose that bet. He might come up with a single, or maybe two. Maybe he gives you guys a little 2-pack. But a whole entire album, no. Frank Ocean's entire legacy in the music industry is based off of the way that he is able to fuck over the music industry. He's not signed to anybody right now. He doesn't owe anybody anything. He's probably been working on music though.
Nah, dude's definitely been producing. He probably is just comfortable producing and just getting money. Kind of reminds me of like this character in Creed, who Tessa Thompson plays. She's going deaf over time, and she stopped performing on stage. It wasn't healthy for her and her hearing, so she just produces. Yeah, she makes good money doing it. She's talented.
Frank Ocean was a writer.
She's a top artist, exactly. So it's easier to just kick it, be in your mansion, making music. It's like working on a product. People are commissioning you to make something for them, and you make it, you send it out, you get your royalties, you get your that upfront payment.
Royalties are important, yeah. That's how he fucked over the game. He got his royalties. He's making his money, bro. Frank Ocean has so many different streams of income coming in. Everybody already knows about his line of jewelry and everything. Like, there's no reason he gets all the promotions and stuff. He gets all the exclusive deals. There's no reason. The BMW thing, that's why people think that he's actually about to release something, because he was teasing the Nostalgia Ultra BMW. But Frank Ocean is kind of like Rihanna right now. Like,
and Tyler too. Tyler, honestly, Tyler doesn't have to make music. Tyler has made it. Tyler is solidified. Tyler, it's the same. It's almost the same thing. You're seeing this. A lot of people, like a lot of artists, get in through music, but they're so talented. They can really do anything once they get their foot in the door. Look at Donald Glover. Donald Glover is like the epitome of this. It's the same thing with Rihanna. Like, they got their foot in the door, and it's like, fuck it. I want to make TV shows. That's in the lane.
I come out when I want to come out. Because the thing about it is that the fans really feel like these artists owe them something. And I'm here to tell y'all, these artists do not give a fuck about what y'all think.
They probably really enjoy making music, but they got on, and it was like, the sky's the limit.
It's a job, bro. Free. At the end of the day, it's a job. Yeah. They love doing it. They love the fans. I'm not saying any of that. Not that they don't. But at the end of the day, we here to make some money. I made my money. I got my 20 million from Def Jam. I got my whatever from Apple Music. I don't need to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's really nothing else you need to do at that point. Like,
I mean, the shit definitely will be a nice documentary. And but, speaking of documentaries, what we got next?
So, listen, y'all. I know. Remember, a lot of us.
But listen, y'all, it's gonna follow with something.
A lot of us have Gen X parents. My parents are boomers, so when I asked them about this, they didn't know what I was talking about.
I got Gen Xers,
but. See, you ask your parents, I promise
they be silent. They be silent.
I put $5 on it. Ask them about Freaknik. They're gonna be they bucking their eyes.
They be silent.
That's what I'm saying.
Freak what? What?
So for those who don't know, so Hulu is making a documentary about Freaknik. So for those who don't know what Freaknik is, Freaknik was essentially in Atlanta. It was like this festival with all the HBCUs and colleges and black colleges and people from all over would come for this festival. And it was just like, the way people describe in the videos I've seen of it, it's like, it was like this giant ass like spring break party.
Right.
Essentially.
Right.
And they did it from like the 80s to I think the last one was in 98 or 99, but it was from the late 80s, so it was mostly the 90s.
Look at us Zers talking about Freaknik.
But like,
I think it was in the 90s.
People on social media are freaking the fuck out about this.
Why?
The Gen Xers on social media are freaking the fuck out about this because the shit they were doing, like, it was just like, it's no different than like, you know, when you think of spring break in Cabo with a lot of white people, right? Like, just like all types of drugs and sex and all types of stuff.
Girls
like,
Gone Wild type
it's
shit.
It's like the black Girls Gone Wild, just like, you know what I mean? But like, people are like panicking on social media, like, you know, when the cameras came out, I just left. You know, I was twerking on the cars. Yeah, I was getting naked, but
because they're not trying to get exposed.
They're not trying to get exposed because there's
about it at one time. We were talking about the people getting fired from their jobs for having OnlyFans.
Exactly, but see, there's a cop, right? There's a cop who he looked like he was like our age. He went to Freaknik, and there's a picture of him like literally spreading this lady's cheeks.
Jesus,
and like she's naked. He's spreading her cheeks and spreading the put. I was just
looking like Kanye with the flip phone.
It just flashed me on because when I'm on Twitter, right, like. I'm just doing business on Twitter. So if I want to watch porn, I'm gonna watch porn. But I don't like in movies and stuff just to get flashed. I'm like, shit, like I'm not ready. Like I gotta get I'm typing in X videos. My mind is getting in that mindset. If I just get flashed, like so damn. Weak. But it was just on my screen, and apparently people were just sharing it. When the documentary was released, people were just sharing that photo. They were sharing people on cars, shaking ass and it was just like the black version of Girls Gone. Like this thing about Girls Gone Wild. So the information I found is that they fired him. That's the information I found.
Damn, it's like that. So what's happening is that all the women and all the men that were in attendance to some of these Freaknik shows, they're fearing for their jobs. Get fired.
They're fearing for their jobs. That's what's happening. That's why there's so much ruckus on social media. Is that they're fearing for their jobs because it's like this documentary. I don't even know how. Like this shit gonna be X-rated. Like you would think Netflix would have dropped this shit because I already know it's gonna be crazy. And a lot of people are saying,
yeah. Go ahead.
A lot of people are saying right now that like they're gonna make a narrative or like, oh, look at these hood rats. But it's like y'all got Girls Gone Wild and American. I know American Pie is a movie, but it's in the same vein. Y'all got all your own festivals where all that shit is going down. That happens yearly. They shut Freaknik down.
My thing about it was like I don't understand why all of a sudden, right? This Freaknik video is about to come out. This Freaknik documentary is about to come out, and people are fearing that they're gonna lose their jobs because of the explicit nature of it and the explicit content. But the thing is, like, what's Instagram? Thirst traps? What's Twitter?
Freaknik it's literally just online Twitter. Just go on Twitter, follow a couple Instagram models, get the algorithm to juice it up. It's Freaknik. Like
that's all it is. That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's fucking teacher. You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference? If you're gonna fire people for this documentary, how you not firing people for putting shit on OnlyFans? They
probably just didn't know.
Instagram.
But if you front and center, that's on Hulu, like people are gonna watch that. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna like, isn't that so and so's mama who lives up the street who's now 50?
Bro, how would that feel for you to see your mom posting thirst traps on Instagram?
It would make me uncomfortable. So that makes me think about people who are like OnlyFans porn stars, and you're 50 and your son's at school, and he's like, we found these pics of your mama. Actually, that you know what's crazy, and I'm not even gonna say, we're gonna talk about this off mic, but something like this happened when we were in high school. You probably remember it.
I remember. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. People were watching that video
all
day.
People were watching that video, talking to people were running around the school, bro. Did you know that's so and so's?
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, it was like
Did you ever talk to her? Did you ever talk to her about like how she felt about that?
Nah, I never. She was a year older than us, and I never had a conversation with her.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would feel so because I look at like a lot of these celebrities, right? Like Lala Anthony be posting like some like she be posting some shit. Kim Kardashian, biggest one, she be posting some shit. And I'm just like, bro, like I know these kids at a certain age are old enough to be going to school and having these conversations. Like, yeah, I saw your mama's titties on Instagram. Like, nice.
And that's the thing is like I feel bad for Kanye's kids because like both Kim and Kanye are probably doing stuff that's like they go to school and it's like, yo, Kanye had an episode today.
Yeah.
It's like here, you know what I mean? And you mind
your
business.
mama was posting thirst traps.
Your mama was posting the thirst traps, but I don't know. It would mess with me, but it was like if I just like had everything I could ever want, they were just like, here's a card, bro. Get what you want. We're multi-billionaires.
Yeah, I mean, so
I might feel a little different.
Because my thing is like, what happens in the future, right? When our generation is full of thirst traps, that's all we posting. Right?
Yeah.
What happens in the future? Gen Alpha comes around. What they gonna do with us? We getting fired too? I got some thirst traps around. Like, I probably deleted some of them.
Gen Alpha they're already around. They've been around for a couple of years. I don't know what the one after Alpha is gonna be our kids.
Like, what they gonna do with us, bro? They gonna fire us?
And with ChatGPT, remember ChatGPT, AI advances exponentially 10 years from now. You could just be like, ChatGPT, pull me up all the information you got on so-and-so's mama. Calculating. She had her OnlyFans in 2020.
2020 to 2030.
Here are all the photos from the leaked database and all the videos. And it just gives you like 10 gigs of just nudes and twerking and
bro, that's scary. I hope not.
Sex tapes and it's gonna be like a whole new internet where like the old internet's just gonna be fully leaked because the quantum encryption broke everything, and then it's just gonna you could just send an AI to go in there and just grab bits of data. It's like, oh, you got all her OnlyFans. It's gonna be the fappening on absolute steroids. Like, I can see that happening. Where it's just like we're on a new net in like 15 years, but the old net you could send AI in there to go just pull data. It's no walls anymore. It could just go in there and get
17.
But the last thing I wanted to say about the whole Freaknik, thing is another big thing that people are talking about on social media is that in the later years the dusty niggas start showing up. Apparently, the thirsty.
And so what?
Because they said it was chill. Like it was like people just like being sexually liberated, just doing college kids, just
partying,
girl going wild, partying and wild. And I think Project X, that movie Project X, I could see it being like the black version of that, just like in Atlanta, like every year.
What's wrong with the dusty niggas showing up? Me. What's wrong with the dusty niggas?
Because they said the dusty niggas,
they can be entertained
too.
They
said in the later years there was a lot of like groping and raping and like sexual assault and stuff like that, and that's why that kind of led to again they stopped doing it. So apparently people, I think it's gonna be a 94. I don't know if 94 is like when it started or one of the years. It seems like it's like in the middle. But they said that a lot of people think it's gonna be like they're gonna do a whole new Me Too with this documentary.
Probably,
there's definitely footage. There's definitely gonna be footage of dudes groping and grabbing.
We were talking
never
about,
got in trouble.
Yeah, dude, we were talking about Girls Gone Wild. They remember that they had that show, that expose show about the dude who was in charge of that whole shit, and there was some Me Too shit that came out of that too.
It's coming, and they deserve it. I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but it's just it's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, probably.
Where it's like they're gonna have so much footage. They probably been sitting on this one for years. I know they've been sitting. They was probably just like, bro, any footage y'all got, just send it in. And not thinking, they probably just got a video of some dude doing some shit he shouldn't have been doing. Dude's probably a father. He probably 50 to 55, got a family and kids, nice job. It's like, you were 25. Didn't you just pull up somebody's skirt?
Sheesh.
Fired. Fuck. Listen, I'm not defending them. You shouldn't have been doing that shit. You just didn't know you were recorded. You shouldn't have been doing that stuff, and you should have faced the consequence then, but you didn't. But it's also gonna get ugly. That's what a lot of people think the mainstream media is gonna turn this into, look at those savage black men groping women.
Well, hey, as soon as that happens, we'll be right here at the Top Tier Podcast.
We're gonna be right here talking about it.
So tune in about a couple weeks, y'all.
I'm watching that. I'm watching it when it drops.
When's the documentary coming out?
I think it's
not free promo, but it is.
I think it's coming out at the end of the month, but I need to make sure.
Well, we'll be right back here in May, y'all. We'll be right back here in May. But
it says it's coming out later in April. I didn't say the exact date, but it's coming out probably either next week or the week after.
All right, we'll tune in. We'll talk about it. Should we keep it going?
Let's keep going. All
right. DJ Akademics turns to the right wing, signs an exclusive deal with Rumble. Thoughts?
My main thought on this is you look, and I wouldn't even really call him Manosphere, but he kind of has that audience. Like when I think of a DJ Akademics, I think of a Fresh and Fit watcher. I think of an Andrew Tate watcher.
Okay.
I mean, Academic has been on Fresh and Fit talking the same bullshit. I think that there's a correlation between the manosphere and the right wing. It's interesting seeing dudes who start watching Tate, they start watching Fresh and Fit, they start watching Academics, and next thing you know, these dudes are just hardcore right wing Republicans, hardcore alt-right 4chan type dudes. Like,
does it work the other way around too? You think?
Well, once you're there, you're there. Like if you're already there, you're already some crazy misogynist racist.
But like, why is that though? Like, why is that the entry? Why is that the gateway to all of this right wing information?
I mean, I think what it really is just they starts off with a hatred of women. I'm not saying all manosphere guys are like that, but the major ones, these guys say some of the most out of pocket, ridiculous shit. There's no reason Andrew Tate is banned. You know what I mean? They say some of the most hateful. It's just hate. Hate is hate.
A little bit of raccooning too.
So you follow the hate trail. You're gonna get to the all right. That's the only logical thing I can say.
Yeah, I had a couple of things when I saw this, man. Like the first thing is like we got to figure out a way how to gatekeep our community. Because I'm not gonna get to the whole nationality conversation. We could touch on it if you want. But
we've talked about his anti-Black American comments and hatred, and it's been debunked by many people. With him on live debate, and he's gotten wrecked. So I don't have to do it. He's already gotten clowned and wrecked. So I don't have to do it.
I'm just like, sorry. My thing is like, as a black community, right? We allow people into our community that like we talk about the culture a lot, right? Like we love the culture. It's always about the culture. But we sign on, like a lot of people, like they end up selling their souls, they end up selling their rights to a lot of these white-owned companies, and it's just like, what do they give us in return? And that's not a new conversation to be had or anything, but that's why I was saying, like, we got to figure out a way to gatekeep these some of these people, bro. Like
we start by gatekeeping Academics. Academics doesn't.
That's what I was about to say.
Academics is a Jamaican.
We shouldn't even allow certain people to be a part of the so-called culture.
Right.
You gotta be able to pay some dues, or at least show, like, have some skin in the game. Show the fact that you have good intentions about the culture before you go off and sell it to the fucking Rumble.
Because look at a lot of the major like coons in the community. You notice a lot of them are Caribbean, a lot of them are African. We have coons. But like I don't think it's coincidence you have Academics and you have Candace Owenses and there's some other guy, this Nigerian dude, like they're all involved in this and they all are not of our culture. So
and selling us off
and then selling us off and trying to speak for us and selling us up the road as if they're us. No, you're not.
We allowing this type of like prostitution to happen. We're like prostituting black culture.
To people who don't
it gets stolen.
Care.
Our culture getting stolen and appropriated is something that's going to happen just naturally. I mean, that's just going to happen. That's historical. That's just going to happen.
You can try, but we just got to be, and it's happening now. We just got to be firm with calling it out. Keep calling it out. Keep shunning. Keep boycotting. It gets the job done. Keep spreading the message. Ain't no way people are not at this point aware of DJ Academics and Candace Owens and what they do. They don't speak for us. They don't see themselves as us. Look at Yudi Gang. We talked about Yudi Gang. We talked about Big Gorilla. These dudes are, I'm pretty sure Big Gorilla is Nigerian. I don't know about Yudi Gang, but I know he's not a black American. These dudes come over here and buck dance and coon and talk crazy and try to act as if they're us, and they're not us, and they're okay with selling us up the road because at the end of the day, I'm a Nigerian. I'm not a Nakata. I'm a Caribbean. I'm not a Yankee. That one? You don't have to blank it. Akata ain't Akata's a slur. And dudes are gonna be in the comments arguing with me about it. Whenever you use that word, your face is like this and you looking down.
I don't want to get taken off YouTube now. We need this monetization.
Yeah. I don't even think Akata we can cut it. Well, let's keep it.
We're not gonna cut nothing. We don't cut nothing on this.
We're not gonna cut it. But like what I'm saying is like I'm not gonna get too far in this. It's just like the gatekeeping starts there. Not and other cultures too. Other cultures appropriate too, but like you just gotta get your house in order. You gotta know who's speaking for you. And Academics, it doesn't surprise me. The dude doesn't see it as if he's harming the black community. He doesn't see himself as a black American. You know, he's infiltrated our culture. He's become a figure in hip hop. He's not a part of the foundation of that. He's a hanger-oner. He's
not standing for it.
He's not standing for it. He'll settle up the road because it doesn't mean anything to him, really. He doesn't see it as anything that's attached to his culture. He sees it as something he's used to make money and latch onto, and appropriate. Period, point blank. And now you got dudes talking about Caribbeans created hip hop. So that's how these dudes who are in here.
I saw Akon said something about that,
which is a lie. They always talk about this guy called Kool Herc. Oh well, he created the sound. A lot of people say that Kool Herc just went to the part. He went to the parties and he was influenced by the sound at the time, but he wasn't the one who created hip hop. Mm-hmm. It's a small cluster of people who are around each other and who were at the parties, and they were the ones who were really pioneering it. He was involved in it, but it's not. They didn't create it.
And there's a word for it. It's called appropriation.
Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Top Tier Podcast. You can join us same time, same place next week for another episode. Peace.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.